Hey boys, it's Harm9. Today we're going to be customizing the Obey Omni EGT, or Omnis, depending on how you want to say it. I haven't customized this car since the day it came out, other than in customization battles and Top Gear challenges and things of that nature. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and start upgrading this thing. It is of course an Imani Tech vehicle, so it does have the armor plating, missile lock-on jammer, as well as many other things. We're going to talk about that all a little bit later, but for right now, we're going to go ahead and start off with the armor upgrade. I'm also going to go ahead and put the armor plating on this thing. Now the armor plating on the electric Imani Tech vehicles gives them additional armor in comparison to what would be on an internal combustion engine vehicle, like the Vapid Illusion for example, or the Bravado Buffalo STX. On electric vehicles, they can take 12 RPGs and 12 homing missiles, but on the non-electric vehicles, they can only take 4 of either. So the electric ones definitely do have a pretty big advantage when it comes to that sort of thing. We're going to go for the race brakes next up. We got to go upgrade the engine, and then unfortunately, because it's electric, it does not have a transmission upgrade or a turbo. So that's all we can do for performance. Now we got to go ahead and look at the bumper options that we have here. Now there's some pretty aggressive stuff you can do with this car. There's also some relatively, tame sort of stuff you can do as well. I'm going to go for the primary bumper, I think. I could also go secondary, or I could of course go carbon. The carbon is really clean, but something about the primary bumper I really like, so we're gonna go for that for right now. For the rear bumper, we have a couple of different diffusers. We can go for a primary diffuser, secondary, or carbon. I think for the rear, I think that I probably am going to go for the primary diffuser just to match up with the front bumper. It would look a little bit better in carbon, honestly, but I think for right now, I think this is going to be fine. For the vents, we're just going to do regular fender vents, not the carbon ones, because I'm going to try to avoid carbon for this build, at least for right now. For the grille insert, we have primary, secondary, or carbon. Okay, well, it was fun while it lasted, but I think I'm going to have to go carbon. I don't know. That's so weird, I guess. Does that do the whole thing, but on the primary one, it just does that? Maybe I'll just leave it stock, honestly. I feel like stock, it looks totally fine. Let's just leave it stock. Let's not do anything with that. Now for the hood, we got the secondary or the carbon hood. Not a big fan of it. This thing doesn't have an engine, obviously, so I don't really see much point in a carbon hood, I guess. I mean, I know it would be like lighter weight in theory, but I'm just going to skip it. We do have the missile lock-on jammer for 400 grand. That is going to stop people from being able to lock onto you. The remote control unit allows you to remotely control your car. This is remarkably more useful on vehicles that actually have front-mounted machine guns, which of course this does not. So remote control unit, not really sure exactly the point of it on this car in particular. So we're going to go missile lock-on jammer. For the headlights, we are going to go xenon. For the neon kit, I will put that on just to lower the center of gravity ever so slightly, making it a little bit better handling. Now let me go ahead and just change the respray color here while we look at the livery options here. Let's go to silver for right now. This thing does have quite a number of liveries. I don't think I've ever actually done a livery option on this car, mostly because they're all pretty hideous, but I don't know, it's just not really my style with this type of vehicle. We could potentially go with some race stripes today. I am feeling a little bit tempted to do that. But I don't exactly know what I want to do other than that on this build. So I don't know, I'm feeling tempted, but I'm not at the same time. I don't think I can do it. I just don't think I can do it today. For the plate, we'll go yellow on black for right now. For the proximity mine, we're going to go oil slick proximity mine dropper. For the color, man, I've customized this car quite a number of times, and I feel like I've gone for like pretty unique builds on it so far, but I don't know what I want to do today. We could hit it with the sunrise orange, and then we could go for the gold pearl on it. That could be kind of fire. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at least. Not bad. It kind of looks okay in yellow, but that basically just makes it like sort of a what is that? What is that one red color? What is that red color that I'm thinking of? Sunset red. It's kind of similar. It's a little brighter though. I think I want to go for the gold. I feel like it's a nice touch. I feel like it looks, sort of decent. So we'll do that. For the secondary color, I think I will keep it black, except that's really driving me nuts how the pearlescent is kind of on the black mirrors. Can we change the mirrors? That is my next question. Doesn't look like it. Okay, we might have to make the secondary color which is going to annoy me a lot because I don't really want to do that, but it looks like we might have to, so that's okay. Maybe I should go for that carbon vent option actually instead. Let me go and see that. Let's just do it, just to switch up the color a little bit. It's gonna look a little better, so we'll do that. For the roof, we have a few different options here. We can go for a carbon roof, which I think actually looks pretty good with this build that we have on the car right now. We do have these aero boxes and stuff like that, which is kind of like the RS6s that have like the crazy like ski boxes on the roofs and stuff. I kind of like it actually. There's a part of me that really likes it. For this particular build, not so much, but at the same time, I'm like tempted. But I think I'm gonna go carbon roof because I just think it looks a little cleaner. So we'll do that. For the skirts, oh wow, we got some really aggressive aero that we can do here. I think I'm just gonna go for, I don't even know. Do I want to go for a carbon skirt? I don't even think I do. I think I'm just gonna leave it alone. For the spoiler, we can have a little roof spoiler. We can also have a tuner spoiler, street wing, drift wing, race wing, all these crazy ass wings. I'm gonna go roof spoiler because this thing has an active roof spoiler, which I think actually looks really cool. I don't like the look of the roof spoiler, but we need the handling because it's electric, and if you know electric cars in GTA, you'll know that they don't handle that great. As far as the suspension goes, we could slam it all the way down. I'm more so feeling like maybe a street suspension option. I think that's going to look a little bit better. For the wheel type, I did just unlock the modern mesh, and I am pretty obsessed with them right now. I could definitely go for those. However, I haven't used my concave mega mesh wheels in a very long time. These are some of my favorites. Another option that I was kind of thinking of, and everyone's going to be mad at me because I use these quite often, but I was thinking of chrome endo V2s with this build. I feel like it could work. Maybe endo V1s. It's clean, but it's not. You know, it's just not, it's not quite there. We could do something else chrome though. Something else in chrome might not be bad. What about something high end in chrome? What if we did, solars or cheetahs in chrome? I'm kind of digging it, I'm not gonna lie. I think I want to go cheetahs maybe. I use cheetahs a lot, I know I do, but they do look so damn good, I gotta say. Maybe mercies, we could do mercies as well. I don't know, the cheetahs are just tempting me, man. I can't resist. I can't resist the cheetahs, man. They're too good of a wheel. And then for this, for the tint, it does the headlights. I forgot about that. Let's go for a light smoke because I don't really want the headlights to be like full. Ooh, they do look kind of good. They do look kind of good tinted though. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I will tint them. I'm gonna tint them out. You dig. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. All right. We got the car customized. Let's hop outside. We got to talk about this car because it is a pretty sick car. But depending on what you're looking for, you could probably get fooled. Now, like I said, it is fully electric, so do keep that in mind. I would do a sound test, but it's not gonna make one, so there's not really much point. Instead, I'm gonna show off the interior. It's pretty nice. It's a relatively standard interior. There's a lot of interiors that look like this. The seats in the back look really terrible, but we'll just ignore that. Now, obviously, being that this thing is electric, it does get crazy acceleration. It's also all-wheel drive, so that is something good to note. It does accelerate like crazy, up to a really low top speed of, I believe it's 111 miles an hour, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the Speedo is going to say it's more, but I think it actually does top out around 111 or like 118, something like that. I think the Virtue might top out a little bit higher. Maybe this tops out at 118. Of course, it says we're going like 115, just so we're going 130 there. It's lying to you. The in-game speedometer is not accurate at all, so just completely ignore that. Anyways, we got to talk about this thing because it is very, very good in a straight line. Obviously, it's a very decent defensive vehicle, being that it has all the armor plating and that it can take so many RPGs and homing missiles and stuff like that. And being that it's also electric, meaning that it can take extra as opposed to some of the internal combustion engine Imani Tech capable vehicles in the game. Obviously, this is a pretty huge advantage to have, but it will come at a bit of a cost. Now, like I said, this thing does have sort of handling issues. It has pretty bad understeer, like most of the electric cars in GTA. You can kind of get around this with the EGT. I find it's not the worst. Like something like the Coil Raiden, for example, is absolutely awful, whereas this thing, you can kind of handle the understeer. It's not too bad, and being that it does have the active rear spoiler and obviously We have put on the neon kit, which does help ever so slightly as well. It's not really too bad in the corners. Is it the most fun car to drive in the corners? No, not at all. It kind of sucks. It feels very heavy. The center of gravity does feel quite low in it though, so it does get around the corners like sort of decently. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't have the traction for it, I think, particularly in the front end. A lot of Audis in real life have traction issues, and this is of course based off the Audi e-tron GT, I think it's called. So you know, I guess they're following in Audi's footsteps, but in GTA. So good for Rockstar for doing that, keeping the tradition of understeer alive and well. Overall, the car is really useful. It is a 4-seater, of course, so you can roll around with a couple friends in here, and you're going to be relatively safe in free mode. I mean, first of all, the oppressor guys actually have to hit you with some degree of skill, because obviously you do have the missile lock-on jam around this thing, so that takes away most of the oppressor griefers' abilities. So if you do plan on playing in a public session, the EGT is a very good defensive car to have. It's relatively quick as well, so you can dodge the missiles, you know, pretty easily. And it accelerates great. It's just the handling is the one thing that you might not like too much about it. If you're watching this when this vehicle is on sale, it's going for just under $1.1 million, which in my opinion is an absolute steal, and I don't see not buying this car this week. I think it's a must purchase this week as far as I'm concerned. It is such a great car, and I don't think that you can really go wrong with it. It's got a decent amount of customization. Overall, it's just a nice car to drive. Like, it's not great in the corners, like I said, but beyond that, it's a fine car. It's going to do great for you in 95% of situations. The only thing it's not good at is just attacking like a very twisty mountain road sort of thing. But other than that, it's great. It's good off-road because of the all-wheel drive, of course. It can climb hills relatively well. Like, it just doesn't really have any issues. So don't be afraid of picking up an Omni EGT if you've been looking for one, or if you see it this week and you're just like, oh, maybe I should try that out. I would say go for it. It is a great car. That's pretty much all I have to say about it, guys. I got to run over this cyclist here. I got to do my due diligence. But that's pretty much all I have to say. If you guys enjoyed the review, let me know in the comment section down below. Do you like my customization? Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, dislike if you didn't, of course. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new for more reviews and other GTA related things. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care. Peace.